What's that? Okay, we'll try to get that one in.
That's not us, people. There you go. Good job. Good job.
Okay, we're going to continue on polka style, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do one for you right now called Crying My Heart Out Over You.
A little shout out here to Sharon Falkowski-Sobotka. Thanks for joining us. I see John Pritko, you're back online with us. Catch you here in a little while. And also Andy Haverlock, local guy, one of the mummers. Andy the Mummer. Thanks for joining us, Andy. Good seeing you online. Hope you're going to enjoy what you're hearing from this Dancehall Detour. And once again, if you missed anything from the start, it will be uploaded and you'll be able to watch the replay on our Facebook page.
The Polka Show, Sundays at 12 noon on 24/7 Polka Heaven. Also, Polish Newcastle Radio features our leader, Kevin Turgel, today. He's on at 4 o'clock. Normally it's a little bit later on a Sunday.
And again, hi back at you, Sharon Falkowski-Sobotka.
Turgel has got great music on Polish Newcastle Radio, internet polka music. And once again, Sundays at 12 noon, DJ Bruce, the Z Polka Show. Check it out.
All right, here we go. Crying My Heart Out Over You. Somewhere the music's playing soft and low, and another was the one that I love so. I was blind on the see that you meant the world to me, like a fool I stood and watched you go. Now I'm crying my heart out over you, but it was now it's my little one. Ever since you went away, I died a little lonely, 'cause I'm crying my heart over you. Ever since you went away, I got a little more each, 'cause I'm crying my heart over you. Now I'm crying my heart over you. Those boys now they smile as upon you. Ever since you went away, I got a little more each, 'cause I'm crying my heart over you.
Then again, if I missed anybody that I mentioned earlier, welcome aboard. I didn't see any other names other than the ones that I did give shout outs to right now. But if you're out there, welcome aboard. And this is Dancehall Detour. And we are at the Shrine of Our Lady of Częstochowa here in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, part of their Polish festival weekend for the Labor Day. And coming up around 4 o'clock, the Crusade will be here from Toledo, Ohio. That's Eddie Big, I Am Crusade. for those who are familiar with the band. And they're going to be here today, 4 to 8, and tomorrow they're going to be here from noon to 4. So it should be an interesting
All right, here we go.
Saturday,
Sing a
Sunday.
little bit, Ed.
Robbie Lawrence, thanks for dropping in. And if you stick around, you might be catching up with Eddie Biega and Crusade at 4 o'clock.
Jakiem się zaleca, miały dobre czasy. Jakiem się zaleca, miały dobre czasy. Miały dobre czasy. Jakiem się zaleca, niejednej dziewczyny z ziemi się łapica. Niejednej dziewczyny z ziemi się łapica. Zalecam, taka jedne hańce i chodzą gotowa, kluski na zjetańce i wyglądała kluski na zjetańce. Założałem dzisiaj, a tam jest sądowie. Ona taka rości, chodziła na głowie. Ona taka rości, chodziła na głowie.
And got a quick shout out going here to Tom Borovich, who joined us here on Facebook Live. Also Mary Rose Ravati up there in Massachusetts. Welcome aboard, and thanks for joining our Facebook Live feed here of the band called Dancehall Detour. Robbie Lawrence, your answer to your question, the gentleman on the accordion next to John Borkowski, that's Kevin.
I'm going to slow down with the waltz right now.
That's Kevin Kurgel. He's from
Yeah,
New
we're gonna do
Jersey.
an old classic for you called the Blue Skirt Waltz.
And I believe Kevin is the leader of Dancehall Detour. I got a confirmation of that from Jerry Jr. sitting right alongside me there, Robbie. Okay, you got a little dead air here. Hopefully we'll get the music going shortly. Again, this is the Shrine of Our Lady of Czestochowa, Doylestown, Pennsylvania, part of their Polish-American Festival weekend.
Lady Wallace.
And a shout out to Jean Marie Wazowski. Thanks
Feature,
for
the hometown
joining
boy
us
here.
here at the shrine
From Ben Salem, Pennsylvania.
here in
Mr. John
Doylestown,
Burkowski.
Pennsylvania.
On the
And I
vocal
guess you
line,
know some of
he's
these
got his
guys
fan
up
club
there.
here today. Wow.
They're part of Dancehall,
You said family
Detour.
wrong. So here we go. We're going to do one called the Congratulations Polka.
Congratulations.
And we'll also send this out especially to all the folks here that drove in from New Jersey. Anybody here from New Jersey today? Oh yeah, we got best contingency here from New Jersey. Phil Murphy says hello.
And Jerome Mackey, thanks for dialing back in and joining us here
And don't forget, ladies and
on our
gentlemen,
Facebook Live feed.
our website is dancehall-detour.com. So you can check out our schedule there. We're trying to be environmentally friendly, so we don't print schedules up anymore. But you can go to our website, and we have a lot of Oktoberfest performances coming up at the end of this month. Also in October, obviously in October, we're playing a lot of things in New Jersey, Highlands, New Jersey for their big Oktoberfest. Also a couple of local drinking establishments that are running Oktoberfest in New Jersey, not very far from here. So if you're interested in celebrating some of the German heritage, also our German brothers and sisters, and stop on out to one of our Oktoberfest performances next month. Here we go, we're going to feature John Burkowski on the vocal right now, one called Congratulations.
Hey, Nazareth Academy in the house, huh? Got all our Nazareth Academy people here from Philly.
And another shout out to Sharon Falkowski Sobotka. She's listening from East Texas, she's telling me. So glad to have you on board.
Don't forget, coming up at 4 o'clock,
Dancehall, Detour, they're in their final set.
They'll be here tomorrow also. And, 2 days of some great music by Crusade right here on this very stage. They're even using the same equipment too, so there shouldn't be a long turnover time between bands today.
I za to śpiewanie, za piękną muzyczkę i za to śpiewanie. Jak ty mnie zagraj chcesz, chcesz zawodowany, pomazli do leży, rozkichać z podłogi, pomazli do leży, rozkichać z podłogi. Mnie zagraj chcesz zawodowany, pomazli do leży, rozkichać z podłogi, pomazli do leży, rozkichać z podłogi. Zagraj chcę zdobyte sojowo zaśpiewam, a ja się zatańczę z tą starą dziewczyną, a ja się zatańczę z tą starą dziewczyną. Zagraj ze sobą teraz sojowo zaśpiewam, a ja się zatańczę z tą starą dziewczyną, a ja się zatańczę z tą starą dziewczyną. Polska muzyka to już jazda świata, kiedy mandrowały, minęły lata, kiedy mandrowały, minęły lata.
we have time for one more before we take our last intermission of the afternoon.
And while we're waiting for the band, Tom Kowalski, thanks for dropping in and tuning in and joining us here at the Shrine of Our Lady of Częstochowa for their Labor Day Polish Festival. This is their 56th annual one, if you haven't heard that mentioned earlier. And for those of you that are tuned in, they've been doing this for a number of years. I was 16 the first time I came out to this festival when I was a member of a Polish dance group called the Matish Polish Folk Dance Circle. That was 1970. Gives you an idea how long I've been coming to this festival.
Hands clapped on crowd participation before we take a break. Put your hands together and clap as loud as you can. Że wesele, ta muzykę idzie, każda para. Na muzykę idzie, każda para. And we'll be back in 15 minutes to close out our section of the performance, and then Eddie Biega and Crusade will be coming up. Don't forget, Eddie Biega is the bad boy of polka music, so stick around. It's going to be a great evening right here.
All right, looks like the band is taking another break here. And so we're going to sign off right now, and we'll come back probably when Crusade comes back, or if they're doing any more songs here, we'll certainly come back and catch the last of Dancehall Detour. And Crusade will be here today and tomorrow. So if we don't do a lot of videotaping today, you can be assured that tomorrow you'll get your Crusade full.